really complementary skills, like in who we are. We could do something together.
We wanted to start a tour business in St. Paul or Minneapolis.
Or something, like something. We're like, okay, we could do this.
Hey everybody, today on our podcast we have Brittany and Dain Johnson from the Classic Group. A classic name for a classic real estate team. They're husband and wife. They seem to not get along at all based upon what I've seen. I'm just kidding. So they run a real estate team together. They work together. They're at home raising kids together. They sometimes ski together. No?
Yep. Dain would like me to.
Oh, okay.
No, thank you.
Well, we're going to dive in. We're going to get to know you a little bit more. And then I actually have a surprise at the end. We're going to do something fun at the end here, which will make it fun. But first, I just want to take a step back and just ask you both, where did you grow up? And how did you find yourself to real estate? But I want to start first. Where's baby Dain born?
I was born in Round Rock, Texas, just outside of Austin. My dad worked for 3M and got transferred down there in the 80s, and they said it was in the water. Here I came, so they were excited to have me, and I've got one sister that got to hang out down there and lived down there for about 2.5 years and then moved back up here to Lake Elmo, and been in Lake Elmo then until we got married pretty much. Went up to UMD for college and kind of hung around all my favorite places, just Minnesota. Once came back from Texas, this was home sweet home for us, so no need to leave.
And Brittany?
I'm from St. Paul.
Okay.
Yep, live there.
East Siders
We're
both,
East
huh?
Siders, yes, we're both East Siders.
All right.
I grew up in a little nook of St. Paul with dirt roads, well and septic, all my family.
Weird.
Right? Kind of weird. At the south end of McKnight, so one side is Maplewood, one side St. Paul, kind of like up from the bluffs of 61.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of a funky little nook. And so all my aunts and uncles and cousins lived there too.
Is that kind of Frogtown adjacent or further?
South of there.
Oh, further south?
Battle Creek.
Yeah, Battle Creek.
Oh, Battle Creek.
Battle
Okay,
Creek,
got
like
it.
south of Battle Creek.
That goes below 94.
Yeah.
It's just on the other side of McKnight, which is Maplewood on one side, St. Paul on the other. Kind of like nobody knows it exists down there.
A little secret nook of St. Paul.
Yeah, her grandpa bought 40 acres.
Yep, after World War II with a couple of his buddies, and so they and all their kids lived there, and then my dad grew up on this land, and
Awesome.
yeah, so then we grew up there too.
Yeah, well, it's kind of cool because Brittany's grandpa had developed this property, and her aunts and uncles all built their own houses. Her parents built their own house, and so homes have always been a really big part of Brittany's life. Her mom loves to entertain, and her dad, they'd throw these great parties, and houses were always a really big thing, I feel like, for you.
Yeah.
And so growing up watching a lot of HGTV, and not growing up dating, really. I mean, HGTV was pretty much on every time we were together.
Yeah.
It seemed like.
And so Dain and I have known each other for our whole lives. His parents actually bought a piece of that property from my grandpa back in the 70s.
Small world,
right?
Small world, yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
So wait, did you grow up near each other?
No, we didn't. So because
Before Texas.
Before Texas, that was when they lived there.
Got it.
When his parents lived there.
So they built a house over there.
So we grew up just seeing each other once a year kind of thing. And then we went to high school together.
Which high school?
Hill Murray.
Okay.
In Maplewood.
We both had crushes on one another at different times.
Yeah.
Hers maybe when I was in 4th grade.
Right, yes, because he grew up on Lake Jamontville on the lake. So my family would come.
So you just want to use him for his lake?
Right,
Yeah, totally.
It's okay.
I see what's going on.
Right, you see what's going on.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
because
we had a boat and we would troll around on there sometimes.
Yeah, so I went to Lake Elmo Elementary, and still a lot of our clients today are from elementary school. I still have those friendships. And junior high, I went to Oakland, and then Oakland kind of gave me a couple of study hours. My parents were like, this kid cannot handle a study hall, let alone 2. And so then they looked into Hill Murray, because at 3M in the old newspaper, they had an ad saying that Hill Murray was there, and then ended up that Brittany was there. So that's kind of where we became friends again. And then we actually went to prom together.
We did.
Not as boyfriend, girlfriend.
No, just friends. Okay. I actually asked Dain, and he said, no, my friend and I decided we weren't going to go. But then he was like, okay, we'll go.
I'm still
And we
best
all
friends.
went- yeah,
I'm
we
still
all
best
went
friends
to-
with that
there was,
kid,
like-
but I'm
there was,
glad that I went to prom.
Right. There was like 30 of us that went together.
Yep.
What color tux did you wear?
I wore black.
Lime green?
It was from my choir days. I had to use my choir tux. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't go get a bright pink one like I probably would have today. But yeah, then we didn't date until college.
Yeah, so I went to St. Thomas.
I went to UMD.
Yep, and Dain came to my brother's wedding, and so we kind of rekindled our friendship there. I think right before, like sophomore, junior year-ish,
Yep.
maybe?
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Were your parents just trying to like puppet strings put
it
you
was
together
kind of
with
an
us all,
arranged
you know?
marriage,
Okay.
but you know,
Just,
no, they
Yeah.
were supportive.
they were
Yeah.
Well, and I think it did really help, and like our whole like life of real estate and our whole life in general has been just like because we both knew each other's families and because we both knew each other's friends and like all these things, it's just been so natural. Like we were just talking in the car, and like probably 95% of our business comes from friends, family, and referrals. Just
And the other
because
5% that aren't were from Zillow, like the first part of Dain's when he started the career in real estate, and they became our friends. So that was we haven't advertised in a very long time.
So why aren't you the best friends group? Why the classic
Right?
group?
I know. Dain loves classic cars. That's
Okay.
why we're the classic group.
Yeah.
we
Yes.
have a 55 Chevy that I bought from a neighbor of ours, and we were just talking about it with our son this morning, looking forward to getting it and going to car shows and just stuff like that. And that's actually like a niche that we're trying to work into as well, is like just like these big garage properties and like places that are like kind of catering towards that car community is something that I'd really like to continue to grow into. Like as another niche besides like our friends and family, but it's kind of a cool thing that we got.
So what did you both study in college?
I studied actuarial science, and I was an actuary for 10-ish years prior to becoming a real estate agent.
Brains of the group,
Right?
the leader of the group right here.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, so I worked for United Health Group for most of that career, and worked for a consulting firm briefly at the end.
So what's an actuary?
An actuary. So my degree was pretty much a mathematics degree. So it like was run through the math department, and so that's pretty much what it is.
The lady
What?
Don't you just like decide the probabilities that someone's gonna die?
Right, so you can do that.
Like-
So I was in the health field.
Okay.
So we would like price insurance products, and then also like calculate how many claims you think are going to come in the future, based on trends and
Great
different
person
things.
to have in the real estate industry for
Right?
looking at
Yes.
comps and looking at, like trends and things of what are happening in the market. It's been
Right.
very helpful.
Recently, one of our clients just asked, "Hey, do you have anything that would look at like 2-stall versus 3-stalls in Woodbury? Like what prices were?" I was like, "Well, I don't really, but I can pull the data," and I was so excited
So
to
like
do that.
you're like a spreadsheet person.
I've got
Okay.
a lot of spreadsheets. I was
Okay.
Excel
you know,
Pro.
I was embarrassingly excited to pull that information for him.
And I'm just gonna throw out something, Dain, tell me if I'm wrong, but you're more of a crayon on a piece of paper
Yeah,
kind of guy,
yeah.
right?
I love crayons. I love crayons. Yeah.
There's no to-do list, no spreadsheet from Dain.
No, Brittany, what do we have to do today?
Right.
That's pretty much what it is. But no, it's been great. I studied communication at UMD and just barely got through school, but amazingly a bunch of our, contacts and clients are from UMD. It's, I was part of a fraternity up there. We still go to every party and, every birthday party, anything that we get invited to, because these are just our friends that like we just cherish so much. So college to me was really a chance to just make some good, even more lifelong friendships. So it's been really great.
Do you go back up there often?
Not as much as we should. We're too busy selling houses.
Right.
It's a
Right.
bummer, So, but it's actually been. Real estate takes up so much of your time, obviously, because it is a 24/7 job. But we really are so happy. Like when our phone rings, it's somebody who we're so excited to be able to work with.
Yeah.
So like when we get a call, it's like, wait, you want to buy a house? We get to hang out for a couple months. Like this is gonna be so much fun. And so we always tell people we're so excited to work with them.
I mean, because I grew up in Duluth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our first house we ever bought was in St. Paul.
Okay,
but
there you
I
go.
just want to say that if you do find your way up there, I'm going to go ahead and guess based on how old I think you guys are that you're going to go by UMD and you're going to see all the new development up there and say, where was all this when I
right.
was there?
All right.
You know?
Yeah, the university liquor store was a commonplace. The Domino's that was right there. Not a whole lot of other stuff. Now it looks amazing up
Yeah.
there. Yeah. We still have a couple of great friends up there. Kevin Gallagher, the other Remax agent up there as well. That was in my fraternity.
Oh,
and and so just we still have great contacts up there. But yeah, we really only have a few friends that stuck up there.
Yeah.
And but
Well, it's very cold.
it is cold. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the reason why I love it to death, but it's chilly up there.
Yeah.
I like the spring.
Yeah, right.
So you guys are going to be East Siders for life.
Probably.
right?
Yeah.
And
We are.
I think it's something that maybe you're born into or you
Yeah.
live there and you just get it. And like, what is it about St. Paul? Because it's real. Like
It is real.
people who
It
live
is,
there,
Yeah.
they're just committed to it. They're passionate about it. It is an amazing,
Yep.
community. It's big and it's very different.
Right. I feel like it still feels more small town.
It does.
Like there's just so many different little nooks and everything. And like where I grew up, it's much different than like the Mac Groveland, Highland Park, like in that area, or even Frogtown, or that, where they have more like little
City shops.
city shops and restaurants and stuff, which
Yeah.
are amazing, but that even still feels a lot more city than like
Yeah.
where I grew up. But I don't know, just, yeah.
Yeah, we've been eating.
Top three restaurants in St. Paul.
Oh man, we were just talking about this. We love
I
so
know.
many restaurants.
I was just talking about this yesterday. I
Carm-
said Carmelo's.
Carmelo's.
I worked there in college.
Okay.
So
The owners
it's
are so
near and dear
sweet.
to my heart. It's a little Italian restaurant on Snelling and St. Clair.
And I won't add it as one of the three, but it's right across the street. Is Tono's Pizza. Got to check it out.
okay.
Amazing.
So good,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
But we love Thai food. Love all the different.
Rum Mit Thai.
Yeah, Rum Mit Thai, mango
get
Thai. They're like one.
Takeout.
Mango Thai.
Mango
So
Thai.
good.
Incredible.
Do they still let you bring your own wine?
No, they do not.
They maybe never should
Yeah,
have.
they should.
'Cause
Yeah.
that
they
was-
stopped that a long time ago.
That was the best kept secret in
Right?
St. Paul.
Yes.
You go get amazing Thai food. You go
Yeah.
grab yourself a couple bottles of wine.
Yeah.
It was really secret because it was probably against the law. But we were friends with the owners and stuff, and one time we walked past and there was like a 175 of vodka on the table, and we were like,
Yeah.
this does not seem appropriate, but
Yeah.
okay.
There
But
you go. Oh, one of my new favorites is A-Side.
yes,
Yeah, so that's it's down kind of more West 7th neighborhood on Randolph.
Okay.
And it's right next to Moochie's, which is also amazing. So
We
we love to go to restaurants.
I think we
it's
just
like one
named.
of our things
I think we just
that
named
do.
6.
Yes,
All that.
yes. But A-Side is cool because
can I-
it's a restaurant, it's a brewery, it's a coffee shop, it's an event venue. It's our doula's restaurant
Okay.
from when we gave birth.
Brittany
to
might
our
get a
son.
little bit embarrassed by this comment,
Probably. I don't know what you're
We
going
can,
to say. but I'm
we can edit it
gonna
out.
say yes.
We
if
did-
Dean says that,
yeah.
then it's gonna happen.
but we may have just had lunch at Dave and Buster's before this because you just gotta have a good day.
There's nothing wrong with
It's
that.
about
Right.
it's about enjoying every minute, and we were talking about going to
We were
some other
deciding.
restaurant.
We were like,
Well, we love all
should we
restaurants.
go to Restoration Hardware.
What's the new
fancy
place?
restaurant
What's the
there.
new place in the mall?
Cove is not
Cove?
new.
Oh, but yeah, the
But-
other one that you recommended.
And the Galleria.
And I was like, or Dave and Buster's.
Did you play any games?
We did.
Yeah.
What was it?
Brittany beat me in all of them, of course.
My favorite game there. We go with Dane's cousin.
Yeah.
Fairly often. She loves to go to Dave and
Well,
Buster's.
once every
So
like
we do.
3-4 months,
Right,
not
yeah.
often, but
Right. But there's this piano game where you have to hit the keys like.
Oh yeah.
It's kind
okay.
of like a typing. It's essentially
Yeah.
like typing like.
I was gonna say my favorite, hands
That's
down,
my
is the
favorite
blue
game.
blue buttons on the
Oh,
wall
we
game.
did that.
That
It's
one
kinda
is.
broken
it's my
today.
favorite game.
Yeah, so we did it. It wasn't working.
Well, Brittany was really proud because she was like first, second, third, fourth, and then I think I was like 8th or something like that. So it worked out in the piano game.
Yeah.
It was good. So and back to that comment about St. Paul. I mean, we love St. Paul. Me growing up in Lake Elmo, Stillwater. So again, that far east side, and we've got a lot of friends in Wisconsin. Brittany's licensed in Wisconsin as well. We've sold a number of our friends over there as well, but. We love Minneapolis too. I mean, we
Yeah.
just really, we love to travel. Before we had Cole, we were married for 10, 11 years before we had our son, and we just traveled. And every time we got to come home, we were like, we just really love Minnesota. And Minneapolis is just a completely different place than St. Paul. It's like we have these
Yeah.
2 completely different cities. And so we do a ton of business in both areas. But South Minneapolis, Northeast Minneapolis have a little bit more of that St. Paul feel, whereas like it's there's all these like little different pockets that are just so fun and so many fun restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think in 2014 we bought a duplex in Northeast Minneapolis, so that kind of brought us more intimately to that area. Like, so for selling and this stuff, we kind of go everywhere and we love to get to know different areas, but that brought us there and kind of to explore that area a little more. And we actually lived there in 2019 for almost a year while we were renovating our house in Egan.
Got it.
So before Cole's our son.
Cole's your son?
Cole's our son. He's 2. And that's all we have.
And how's that going?
It's going great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely number 3 on the team, but actually probably number 1, obviously.
Yeah.
But definitely a third addition to the team. He's been really enjoying coming to a lot of the showings. We've been enjoying having him.
Now that he's 2, it's a little it can't really happen. When he was a baby, I just
strap him into Bjorn.
Him to me. Yep, I had that, and off we go.
Yeah, we got a great support system, babysitters, and then also he's in daycare a couple days. He's doing Spanish immersion, which has been really fun, and another great community we've been getting into. It's been a wonderful addition and another reason to keep on working hard and knowing that this might be a business that maybe he wants to work on in the future. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
So, but how did you? How did you? First of all. Did you know you're going to go into real estate when you were doing communications?
You remember the HGTV comment of me talking about? Yeah, well, Brittany and I watched HGTV all the time, and Brittany, I was selling windows and home improvements, and I had done landscaping, and Brittany was like, maybe you should look into real estate as like the next career, and so ended up in that. I ended up going with my old landscape boss, who used to be a Minnesota Twin, had this great relationship with him, wonderful guy, and he brought me to Edina. I was over there for a while. It was a wonderful experience on a team over there, and just really did really well the first year, selling a number of houses, and kind of went to Brittany and was like, I got to change. Went and met with Sydney Vadnais with results, and been so happy to have made the change. And every time we get a phone call from a results agent, it's just so nice to know, okay, this is going to be somebody who knows what they're doing and has sold a few houses in the past. Just kind of landed here. And if Brittany hadn't quit her job, I wouldn't have been able to do what we're doing, because definitely selling a lot of houses is a lot of work, and Brittany is obviously well overqualified for what our jobs are. So it's been great to have both of us to be able to do that.
So Brittany, when he came to you and he said, "I'm gonna," and you're an actuary at the time. And he said, "I'm going to go into real estate." Just between you and me, don't pretend.
Yeah.
What math went through your head, his likelihood of success or failure in this business, and again factoring in he's an 11% chance of getting hit by a bolt of lightning,
Another skier. Yeah.
There you go. Yes, 100% chance of success.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. Dain is
with her.
Yeah, right. No. I guess just from the sales aspect and relationship building and everything.
He's got it.
Dain excels at that. And so
I just love people. I just really love people.
Yeah. But I feel real estate kind of is a natural fit that there, it is sales, but it's much more.
It's networking.
It's networking and relationship and connecting and that whole thing.
So then how did you wind up into the business?
Well, I can't not. So the first year, I didn't really do any help at all. I don't think with Dain, and then so behind the scenes, I was just kind of helping, keep organizing.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do today.
Was there a time where you were doing that on the side and still working?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. A long time.
Well, not
just kind of helping with organization kind of stuff.
Helping with my sales board.
Did he buy you nice presents as thank yous?
Yeah.
No, Brittany bought whatever she wanted.
We don't.
Brittany was making all the money anyway. So actuarial, the decision to switch it from actuarial was definitely a life decision, because being an actuary is a very lucrative career. It's always on the top 10 best, jobs to get. And Brittany was.
And a very intense career, because so I spent most of that time taking exams.
Yeah, the whole 10 years that we were not having a kid, she was taking exams.
I'm a credentialed actuary, so that means I was taking exams for a very, very long time, intensive exams where they pay you to study.
Wow.
In your job. So
United Health Group,
Thank you, United Health Group.
Brittany still pays for that accreditation just because it's a fun thing to have. So she's got the little letters on the end or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But Yeah, so it was not an easy decision.
Hard, really,
To-
really hard decision.
Yeah, to like actually when I quit my job.
Put all that work in.
I
but
put
yeah.
all that work
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Like it is a great career. I did enjoy it, but it was more of a lifestyle decision because I've known my whole life I wanted to be a mom.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of
Yeah.
my number one thing, and doing real estate allows me to be
A mom more often.
more often. Yeah, like I didn't like he still goes to daycare 2 days a week, but he doesn't have to be in full day
Yeah.
daycare.
Not that there's anything wrong with that either.
No,
just like
that's great.
it's what you
That's what
wanted.
yeah, exactly.
I
That was just something that was important to me.
And at the same time, your business has picked up. Where
Right,
you-
and I was like,
you
okay,
needed
hey,
the
we could
support.
do this. We could do this together, which is not always
So, but,
easy, right? Okay, what?
I gotta
Yeah.
ask.
Yes.
Did you both say we can do this? We can be married to each other and work together?
I knew it.
Yeah.
Brittany, it took Brittany a while because I mean, again, like
I think even before real estate, we had talked about, hey, we could do like I remember we took a trip to Alaska in 2012. So this was before Dain was in real estate, and like thinking, hey, we have really complementary skills, like
Okay.
in who we are. We could do something.
we wanted
together.
to
Like
start a tour business in St. Paul or Minneapolis or something.
like,
I remember.
something. We're like, okay, we could do this. We didn't know what at that time, but
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
so Brittany went, and because she had just gotten promoted, and we both have great work ethic. I feel like is a really big part of it. Like we both like to work, and so Brittany didn't want to just quit after this promotion, so she stayed there, and then ended up getting another promotion. And so it was a couple years before she really was ready to leave that path, and it was a great decision. It worked
Yeah.
out really well.
And I feel like it wasn't like because it was a great career. It's like it wasn't super supported from the outside. It was,
yeah.
but it wasn't. Like my managers, I felt like I was letting them down.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like
But you gotta live your life.
you gotta live your life. You gotta do it. You know.
Well, and you worked really hard there, and that's why
Yeah.
you got all the promotions in the first place.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how the business, and that's really nice about real estate is like this is all about us, and
Right.
a wife, being a husband and wife and doing this is very difficult because we do bring home everything, but we also have each other. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have these conversations anyway, so now we can have them together about what's happening. And it's,
Right.
so there's
we very
no.
intimately know what's going because we work on every transaction together.
Okay.
We
Except
don't-
for Wisconsin, I don't.
Yeah,
I
except
don't
for
do Wisconsin.
I do that all on my own. Yeah, so there's really no. So our division of
Division of labor.
labor is.
I go out a
I
few
feel
times
like
at nighttime when she does
It's kind
it.
of seamless. I don't like. Dain does right now. That call is a little more challenging to go on showings and stuff. Dain does the majority of the
Showings. And historically, I've definitely done more, but it's
Yeah.
not like 75%. Like we do a lot of stuff together, and
We
like
do
even
a
when
lot
she's
of
doing
stuff
contracts,
together.
I'm sitting there, and it's probably a little bit counterproductive. It'd be nice if
Yeah.
we were a little bit more separate, but it does also make us both very involved
Yeah.
in each transaction.
Well, which is good because you don't want to be out of the loop.
Right.
Right. You don't want to be. Oh, that's. If Brittany wrote the contract, she can answer that, right? You don't.
Right.
You want to be.
Yes, we're both very
hand in
intimately
glove, right?
connected. Yeah, yeah. And so so Dain will do a showing. I'll still do all the comparables and
Mm-hmm.
kind of research on background stuff to send to our clients. So
Is that a? I mean, but most of your clients are coming from your sphere and
Yeah.
friends, family, anyway. So it's just like it's a full package, right?
It is, yes.
They get you guys.
2 for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
two
and
for
it's
one,
yeah,
right?
and, yeah. Brittany says that all the time, and it's. I mean, we've thought about starting a bigger team, and we've thought about all these different things, and just for our life, this has been right for where we're at now. It's just we'd rather work our butts off, just the two of us, than getting to that. And we obviously we've tried different things, different stuff, but
And we use
ultimately
a
we just,
transaction coordinator now.
yeah, it's been
Okay.
great.
helpful.
Yeah, we've gone through a few of those, and yeah, it's just building that right team, and we've really gotten some great people around us, and our friends just trust us that if we're not happy with what's happening, we're going to do something different to make sure that they have a good experience. We always tell them the only thing you have to do is find a house. That's all you got to do. Everything else we'll help take care of. Yeah.
Or choose a house, really.
Yeah.
Not
right.
find it.
Yeah, really. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll point you in the right direction.
Right, yeah,
Just pick
yeah.
it.
Yes.
What is your gut feeling as we're recording this right now, January 25th? What is your feeling what the spring market is going to I be like this year?
I think, I think it's going to be
We'll see. I mean,
will
you never.
see. At first, so like December, we were thinking, hey, maybe we're gonna have like a super quiet year this year.
Yeah, we were excited to have
just
some
gonna,
time off.
like,
Yeah.
chill, whatever. Interest rates are up, but now it's been surprising. So like people, I guess, just from like people reaching out to us saying that they're ready to buy, and like so our list of buyers is
Like a first-time
growing.
home buyer?
More first-time home buyers,
But a
some move
couple
up
sell and buy.
buyers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, we just got something from our transaction coordinator, just kind of trying to put some numbers together, and Brittany was eating it up because, again, the statistics and everything. And I think they said last year offers at this time were being accepted at around 37%, and right now they're being accepted at 80%.
So of their business that they do, and they do a lot of
And that
the debt group does a lot of business.
I think they said they saw 90% of offers were going, or 90% of agents are seeing multiples again.
Yeah.
And we just sold.
Like a random, like Instagram poll. I think of.
So the joys of working with our close sphere is we'll work all the time. So when we're on vacation, we're working, and that's the joy of our job is we can do it from anywhere. Brittany told me not to sell a house on the Eiffel Tower, but I may have taken a phone call on the Eiffel Tower. It wasn't a good thing, but it was a very important deal. It was worth picking up the phone. But while we were just in California and Colorado going skiing, one of our houses we sold in multiples, ended up canceling. We ended up selling it again in multiples again. So that's what the market's already doing.
Okay.
Yeah, here in the spring. So it's, or not spring, early spring, as they call it. So
Pre-spring.
yeah,
Pre-spring,
and obviously
yes,
we wanted
pre-spring.
to slow down. I mean, we don't like these multiple offers to this extent, but we're here. We've been through this bajillions of times, and now we can say hey, maybe you'll get your closing costs covered. Maybe you'll actually get this house that you can think about for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is your sense of how the consumers out there are reacting to interest rates, the news, all that stuff? Like, is it?
Yep. And so I feel like last year, as interest rates were rising, there was a lot more apprehension and what do we do? Or it took people kind of a while to digest and think about it. Now our new buyers aren't really questioning it, or they're saying they've accepted it. This is the rate. I'm okay with this. I know what kind of house I can afford. But last year when they were quickly going up, it was kind of like a shock of.
Because it was like they were taking.
Yeah,
because they're thinking
reframing your mind of.
They're thinking in terms of monthly payments.
Right.
Right. So so when their payments are going up, it's that's being taken away from them.
Exactly.
Now, if they start today,
Right.
they just see it as what it is.
Yeah.
Home value, rate,
Exactly.
monthly payment.
Yeah. This is what I can afford.
Yeah, and that's what we tell everybody. It's the right time to buy a house is when it's the right time for you. It does not matter at all what's going on. I mean, hopefully you're going to be in that house for 3 to 5 years, maybe 10, maybe 20, but 3 to 5 years, who knows what's going to happen in the market. So we always tell people, hopefully you buy a house that you can live in if you get stuck in it. But we're always here to say you can always find something else. You're usually going to end up making money in the long run. It's usually a good investment. You're putting it towards yourself. It's an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear because I felt like that's what a lot of economists were predicting there's a certain amount of indigestion period
Yes.
that it goes through those kinds of changes, right?
Yes, and we're even in.
It's easy when the rates go down. It's
Right.
harder
Yes.
to.
In our micro level of looking at things, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing them. I've been seeing things down even below 6%. And I saw historically, talking about the 15%ers and 20%ers that some of our parents talk about. I think average, we're still below average for what interest rates have been historically. We're still below average. So good way to think of it with that, too.
So I told you guys I had this little surprise for you. I was just because I was like, okay, this is maybe my first time on the podcast interviewing husband and wife, and so I just thought, okay, we're gonna do the newlywed game.
Oh man!
So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have Dain go stand right back behind there.
Well, let's see how bad this is.
Brittany some questions.
Okay.
then-
Oh jeepers.
Oh shoot.
We'll see.
And then I don't know if we'll be able to splice them together or what
Yeah,
we're gonna
right.
do, but I just thought this would be fun. Okay, so 5-6 questions here.
Okay.
And it's kind of both. He's going to answer, and then he's going to come in and he's going to answer for you.
Yeah.
So you, Dain has the day off in an empty house. How does he spend the day? Maybe just pick one activity.
Right. He calls his buddies and they go to the boulevard for lunch.
Okay. Boulevard.
He might take him a while to get out of the house, but he won't be sitting at home by himself.
Same question. How do you spend your day?
I would maybe bake something, get some things checked off my to-do list.
No working.
No working? Oh, okay. Well, I have lots of to-do lists. So like our life to-do list, maybe, that sort of thing. Do some projects. Clean some cupboards out.
To-do list.
Yeah.
All right, I'll add that.
Clean some cupboards out.
All right. You guys said you met at, kind of reconnected at a wedding, right? Friend's wedding. So you two are at a wedding.
Yep.
The DJ plays a song that makes you two automatically get up and dance. What song is playing?
The same song?
Like, basically, like, what's your song? Like,
Okay, I would have to say Grease Megamix for me.
Oh, okay.
For like a fun one. But sometimes Dain is a little more sentimental, so I feel like he would say Unforgettable. That's our wedding song.
all right, I'll give you two. You can
Okay, can I have two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what is one thing that Dain owns that you would love for him to get rid of?
His snowmobiles. Oh, how about all the junky snowmobiles?
Okay, the junky ones.
The junky ones, yes.
And what is one thing that you own that Dain would say he wants you to get rid of?
All of my kitchen gadgets.
Kitchen gadgets. All right,
Okay.
last one.
Okay.
You tell Dain, and I feel like you're already gonna answer. You already kind of answered that.
Yeah.
You call Dain. He's out on showings, whatever. You
Yeah.
say you're on your own for dinner. Where does he stop to eat?
He would pick up rum mit thai.
Rum mit thai.
Yeah, pick it up. If he was going out to eat, I guess I'm just gonna have two answers,
Yeah,
like
that's fine,
slyly
that's
for
fine.
all things. If he was just gonna sit there and eat on his own, he would go to like a little hole-in-the-wall bar and have a burger.
What about? I'll change it up. What
Okay.
about fast food? It's got to be fast food. Yeah.
Burger King.
Burger King. Okay,
Yeah.
we're doing that. We're gonna say
Burger King.
We're gonna do
There we go.
same question for you. Fast food. You're out on your own. Don't have to worry about feeding Cole healthy snacks.
Right.
What's your go-to fast food of choice?
Food. Oh, I don't really go through fast food restaurants like on my own.
All right, anything.
I'll say I would go through the Caribou drive-thru.
Caribou drive-thru. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's my most frequented.
All right.
I don't think we've done anything.
All right.
It's been a while.
Right?
It's probably since like 12 years ago for
like
your
my bridal
shower.
shower or something.
So first question for Dain. Now, you got the day off, or no, I'm sorry. Brittany has the day off. An empty house, no work. How does she spend her day?
Dancing. I don't know. Brittany loves to putz and get stuff done. Maybe baking. Baking cookies, possibly.
Wow, that was nice.
Did she say dancing at the same time?
Actually,
Baking and to-do list. That was impressive. That was very good.
It's her favorite thing to do.
Okay, but now what would she say that you would do? You've got the day off, empty house. How does Dain?
I have to stay home.
You
I
don't have to stay
normally
home.
wouldn't stay home. I'd
Okay.
leave.
What would you do?
I'd go skiing or go meet up with my friends or something like that. But if I was at home, I'd probably
If you
mutter around.
Okay. And if you called your friends, what would
Yeah.
you do?
Probably meet up out and about. Oh, I'm feeling like I'm being baited into this. I don't know. I'd probably go to the boulevard.
Holy
All right.
crap,
Yeah.
you two. Okay,
Yeah.
this is off to a really good start.
Actually, a lot of great results agents actually also love the boulevard. It's
You guys are gonna have to take me. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
it's in West St. Paul.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Amy Paget is over there a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That was incredible. Question number 2.
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You're at a wedding, not the one you kind of rekindled at, but another one. The DJ is playing a song that gets you two to automatically get up and dance. What song is playing?
Did you tell him any song? Because Brittany and I danced from the beginning of the wedding till the end of the wedding.
We do.
We're like the
Okay.
last people to leave. I don't know. I mean,
So-
I don't know how appropriate it can get in here, but probably like,
I mean, you don't have to dance, but you can.
oh,
But
I don't know. I can't think of any of the songs like Genuine or any of those weird like 90s, 2000s hip hop. Yeah, is that? Yeah? No, I don't know. That's all I got.
How
I'm
about a
sorry.
slow dance song?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what any of the names of the songs are. One that makes us go and dance. I don't know. Our wedding song's unforgettable, and they don't ever play it at weddings, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but-
you got that one. You got that one.
I also said something else.
But
What song?
Genuine.
Yeah, no, Brittany and I love to dance.
phone.
My
Yeah.
face red, yeah.
Yeah, your face is always red.
Alright.
It is always red. Grease Megamix.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that one.
Right, you
Well, that's
did.
because I'm off the dance floor.
Yes, that is my.
That's my thing. Whenever that song comes on, I'm just like,
how could you not?
going to the bar.
Me too.
Because all the girls go out
Yeah.
and dance, right? Yeah.
All right, so Dain, what is one thing that you own that Brittany would love to get rid of?
I don't know, like 6 snowmobiles. Is that? How many did you say?
I said all your junkies snowmobile.
They're not all junky, it's just most of them, but I got 3 nice ones. but-
And is there anything that Brittany owns that you would want to get rid of?
She has a lot of dishes. Like an immense amount. Like if somebody, like if we're selling a house, somebody has dishes, but he's like, yeah, I'll take those.
You know, her answer was kitchen gadgets, so I'm going to say that's a no.
Yeah.
No, right?
you go.
Anything my kitchen.
Yeah, that's pretty good though. That's pretty good.
That's
All right.
pretty.
Here we go. Last one. All right, 2-parter. Brittany, you could tell Brittany you are on your own for dinner. Where does she stop?
Zupas?
Yeah, that is probably.
Same question, but it's you. Fast food. You're on your own for dinner, between showings. Where do you go?
Burger King or Domino's?
Wow.
Burger King.
It is like you two were bred in
Right.
a lab. It's like you've been. It's like
Yeah,
there's
what do
been
you-
forces
there you go.
forcing you to get
I know.
married since you were babies.
know, right?
Yeah. It was the parents.
It
Like you said,
was,
it was-
yes.
Well,
And what would you pick up from takeout?
For myself,
No,
Domino's.
for us.
For us, Thai food.
Yeah, ramen Thai.
okay, just everybody. We did not plan for this.
No.
We know
We
each other.
didn't. We had
This
no
is
idea.
wow. I
I know. It's like we
This-
spend a little time together.
couldn't have gone better. I am amazed.
I was
I'm
terrified, too.
inspired.
Yeah,
but,
right?
You know.
I even thought about those answers.
So, as we close out to make it a little bit more serious for you, is there anyone or maybe if any few people or anything else that you want to honor or acknowledge today that has been instrumental in you being where you are today in your business, in your life, and, in your marriage?
Well, we were saying, I mean, we just really love our friends and family. Like, so much support. We've gotten so much support, and I mean, that's what makes us want to work so hard. It's just taking care of all of them. So, I mean, can't really name just a couple. I mean,
And both of our parents.
So
both of our
supportive.
sets of parents are.
And families.
And whole families and siblings. I have a brother and sister, and Dain has a sister, and
extended
they're all
families and-
unbelievably supportive and kind and genuine and
It's genuine.
genuine.
Genuine. Yeah.
Genuine,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I think literally, like, so funny to think of, like, going back to our high school teachers and, we just went to the Hill Murray Theater reunion thing of Christmas Carol and, like, all these people who have really impacted our life. And, I mean, to just say one person or another is, like, it's impossible. We were just talking about, like, just the amount of people that we get to be around is just so awesome. So many cool people out there, so it's just such a treat. It really is.
Well, that's great. Thank you for coming in and
Yeah, thank you.
letting me learn a little bit more of you, crushing the newlywed game,
Yeah,
and
right.
giving me some pretty solid restaurant recommendations for St. Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brittany and Dain Johnson, everybody.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.